Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. How are you on this fine, lovely, rainy, stormy evening? Another evening in Maryland. It has been raining and storming, I don't know, for the last 2 weeks. I don't know.
It can go away, honestly.
Well, anyway, we're happy and we're blessed and we're getting this rain because after all, my well needs to get down low enough. And there's no way it's not sticking. So, and the temperatures have dropped here too a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So nevertheless, we're going to get right into it. We hope you had a glorious week so far. This is hump day, so we hope you had a glorious week. So with no further ado, let's just get right into it. The Housewives of New Jersey. What do you think? What you think?
Apparently it's the quote-unquote season finale, but don't worry, they're going to give us a follow-up that will be, I guess, equivalent to the reunion. But I enjoyed it. It was good. I'm sad that the juicy part was saved for the last 15 minutes of the episode. Real sad.
I don't understand why Melissa got involved.
She really did.
It wasn't even nothing for her. And she wasn't about breaking it up. Why I don't know. That just seemed off for me.
It just
seemed off. Like I just want to fight. And why did her husband say, do what you want to do? When clearly she was, I love that sweater she had on. Clearly it seemed like she was willing to make amends in some way.
Yeah, she was.
I don't get it.
Definitely.
And I know that I don't know. If it's not Teresa for me, I can't.
Okay.
I can't. What? Because without Teresa and her antics, and now she looks old and tiny.
Yeah.
I want to see Teresa get herself back up. And the show, it just won't be right without her.
Yeah.
No. Because Melissa, I like Melissa.
She's definitely standing for her man because
I think that he should have said, if there's any way to make peace, make peace.
Yeah.
But because she made that fight about her.
She did.
I don't get. That's my opinion. You tell me what you think. Because
tell me about that.
I didn't get that. It was like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to jump in, but it wasn't nothing for you to jump in. You should have been jumping in to kind of like quill the situation,
exactly.
Not jump in to stick pins in it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even Rachel had some common sense to yell, "What is going on?"
It was like, it has to end. And it just seemed like to Melissa is like, if I'm leaving like, because I want you all to know I'm bringing the heat and I don't give a fudge sickle.
Yeah,
that's how she came off. And I'm like, Melissa, that's not you.
Yeah, it definitely.
But it's been her this season. I don't like her like that. I don't like her like that. That's not Melissa I like. The Melissa I like is the one that always tried to take the high road. And I don't want to hear about sometimes you get tired of taking the high road. No, that meant you gave up. Melissa was the one that was always willing to work out something with Teresa.
Okay.
Like a sister-in-law family.
Got you.
To me, that's all y'all got. And if y'all not going to be brother and sister, I don't want to be a part of your anger.
Yeah.
Because I'm always going to be about bridging that gap. She can say what she want to say about me. But because I got kids and because you all that's left, I have to be a part of bridging that.
Yeah.
Even if Teresa was against me 100, that couldn't be my fight. That just couldn't. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely understand.
And my husband would understand that, especially if I have a very strong family. That's me. Yeah. That's me. No judgment, Melissa. That's just me.
Melissa and Joe are both being immature about this whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. And maybe, and if Joe is not, if you say don't show Joe, then it won't be the same without Melissa, because I know Melissa and Joe. Maybe Melissa and Joe should try a show of their own.
Hey, who knows?
I don't know. It seems like that could work. And Joe could be more a purpose of show off and the clown he wanna be.
The Joe Gorga show.
I find him a little annoying, actually.
Yeah, that's why he needs his own show.
Yeah, him and Melissa need to call it like Melissa and Joe Go Alone.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what their life is like. With all the other antics going on with their kids and their life, and it isn't about Teresa.
That's true.
You know,
that would be a breath of fresh air.
And their life is their life. The show ain't got nothing to do with Teresa. If she happened to pop up or call, then it's in the script on that day, fine. But overall, it's not about her. But if somehow they became family and friends again, then yeah, it'll be when she come on, and it'll be good TV, right?
Yeah.
But it won't be something they're striving for. It would just be something that the universe put down, or God just fix that, or I don't know. When I say God, it just sounds so narrow-minded.
I get it.
I can only think bigger. When positive energy hit that negative force and unite it in some way, that they can find brotherly love again. Maybe the brother can turn into the father, and the daughter can turn into the mother, and they see each other, and then they realize how much they are a part of one another. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But get rid of Margaret.
Yes, that troublemaker.
Did you see how she threw that bone again? She did that. She threw that bone. She's a dirty fighter. She threw that bone when it was getting so hot on her. She threw that bone at Jackie. The same thing she did. But what I have to say about Jackie girl.
Yeah. But
I don't like the way they did Jackie when she was walking out though. What the hell?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you, I still like Jackie though. I still like her. Why? Because I think she's honest.
She was, and I appreciate
She's more honest than what I could ever say about, what's her name?
Margaret.
Before Margaret. And did you see how Margaret got up and yelled and screamed? Because she knew she had that rabbit by the foot. But what she didn't expect is she came, all right.
Yes.
All right, I said it. I did it. I did it all. Why? Because we was angry at the time. You was coming at me. That was years ago. And Margaret used that.
She did.
To get out of it, when all at the same time, sit there two-faced dead. I'm sorry to say it, Dolores, who knows she's a liar, forgave her, and know that she's sitting there. She never even said, Margaret lies. And see how Margaret threw that bone.
Yes, she
didn't see that. Even when she went in the confessional, she said, I see she lies. But yet you forgive her. And you see her put Jackie out to dry. Because it through private conversations that they had. And then Jackie said, that was the first and only time I did that. I got aboard because Margaret introduced me. Margaret, I got aboard. Didn't she say that, or am I missing something?
No, yeah, it was Margaret that caught her.
So I got aboard. It was only that one time. And Margaret used that to trap her back because she came clean with it. But you know what? It takes a lot to come clean. That's why I like her, and that's why I like the other Joe. What's her name? The husband's a doctor. I like her. Teresa friend.
Oh, are you talking
curly hair?
Oh, curly hair Jen.
Jen, I like her. And I like the other Jen. But Jen walked out. And you know what, Jen, sometimes you got to protect your mental.
Yes.
You got to protect your mental. And I get that. It's like I'm sick of it. And you know what? You shouldn't come back to the show.
Yeah, honestly, please don't.
Don't come back.
Even Dolores said it too. You're not cut from that cloth. You just not meant for this.
Right. Like I'm not meant for that. Like No, I'm not. No, I'm not meant for it. It would rattle me too much. I can't be a part of that.
Yeah.
So if we can't be about making love, I certainly don't want to be about making war. So and to me, the fights are so stupid at this point. They don't make sense. The only fight that makes sense is the fight with Teresa and Melissa. And God knows that don't make sense anymore to me either. But that's a family thing.
Okay.
That's power of the woman. I don't know who's going to dominate over my brother, which he needs a woman to be over him because he's cocky and he's wild. Not in a good way.
Right.
He's wild. He can get off hinge, and he drinks, and he does childish things like tear up the letter without even reading it. And he needs Melissa there, and Melissa is a good thing for him, but Teresa never ever liked her, really.
Okay.
That's the best way I could say it. And I think because I don't know. I don't want to get into it. I know, but it's too much of thinking, so I don't really want to get into it.
Okay.
But I just want to say that I'm sorry that to see Melissa in such a combative way. I always thought that she was above. Like, I'm not going to brawl. That's how I saw her. But all this season and last season, all I've seen is bitter Melissa being bitter over something that ain't even your family.
No.
That ain't personally, that directly don't even deal with you. Indirectly, yes, you and your kids. But that fight ain't even your fight. And for your husband to put you in it like that, no matter what, you say you got peace in the valley with your family. I couldn't even watch that family go through that. She can hate me morning, noon, and night. I really wouldn't care. I mean, I would care, but as long as I'm about bridging you and my brother, I don't care. Hate me. Call me the whore from hell. I don't care. Call me the whore of New Jersey, whatever. But this is not what your mother and father would like. Because if I had such a good family, that would bother me.
Yeah.
What do you think? Am I missing it?
No, you can kind of see it's bothering Melissa, because I see that she really did want to use this as an opportunity.
See, she was always sweet like that. And to see her like this, and she looks so defeated. She always beat her, because even at the end, the argument was so stupid. All I heard was your whore, your whore, because that's all Teresa had. Yeah, and I think the funniest thing about it is she's so busy thinking about it that she thinks that this is what Melissa, that Teresa's filming. She doesn't talk about you like that.
Yeah, that's called obsessed.
She thinks that
but she's obsessed with them. That's why she's thinking they're obsessed with her.
When she sees it and what they show, you're going to see she's not doing that. Even when they was at the table, you would have seen that she's changed. She's changed. And you don't see that. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
She just doesn't see it. And she's still Teresa, but she just looked like old and hardened and frail. Like her body is so small, it was unrecognizable. She doesn't look good, and I'm concerned about it.
Have mentioned it this season. Like I said, many cast members has mentioned it this season.
And it just seemed like, I know we don't have a lot of people that follow us, but I don't even hear people talking about the frailty of this woman.
No. And
can it be because of Margaret? I don't think so. I think it's because it's the love of her brother.
That too, and then still having to do
Margaret,
I said still having to do with Louis' acts in that long, like 3-year court
dealing with that, and Margaret, the stress of the show, and her distress of her brother, and the wedding, and she's dealing with all of this, and she's not dealing with this so good.
No.
And when they told her about that, Melissa seemed a bit concerned. No,
Yeah, she did.
and when she got, that's why Melissa just always she just always hated her, that she always called her a whore. You're not good for my brother. I would be so used to that. I would be like, I know, but I'm going to be trying to get my husband. Y'all need to reconcile. That's all. I'm honest. And because of that, I like Melissa and Joe go along. Because they can't.
No.
And if they came to the resolve is, we'll never walk together again.
They did come to that.
That was their resolve. At least that's how they allowed me to think.
Mm-hmm.
And if that is it, then let it be written, let it be done.
Yeah.
And now, then Melissa and Joe need to go.
Mm-hmm.
Find their own show. But don't take the show away from Teresa. Because if they came to that.
I mean, Teresa also came to that same conclusion that she thinks, she came to that conclusion about her brother. I don't think she came to that conclusion about Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
You
gotta explain that.
Basically, Teresa acknowledged the fact that when her and Joe's parents were alive, that was like basically their dying wish, that Joe and Teresa have each other when they're gone, and basically that has dissolved. So not only they have failed their parents literally, and they're probably rolling in their graves, but they also fail each other because they've allowed something to come between them.
Absolutely. And nothing can become good of this. They made promises.
Mm-hmm.
And for Melissa, she has to be the one. You can't let.
Yeah, she tied up in the middle.
She's too tied up in the middle. She was the. I know she might say, you can't get tired of doing good.
No.
You can't get tired of doing good. I mean, be 100. You can get tired doing anything.
Right.
But you should never get tired of doing good. That's like, I'm getting tired of eating healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting tired of feeling good.
Yeah.
You should never feel tired.
You're seeking something in return.
You're seeking something. And Melissa, I just feel as though you lost your way. At least that's how I remember seeing you. Now, it could be wrong, but to me, it's like you never, at least you put on the persona. She called you whore. She always did. To me, it just seemed to me, I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's like, I just feel as though, Melissa, she's jealous of you. Not of you, just jealous of the fact that you took her brother from her.
Okay.
That not of your goods
right.
or your looks, not that kind of jealousy. That you took her brother away and you have more authority, you have the final say when it comes down to what her brother thinks. Maybe at a time she had that and now you haven't. And I think it's just resentment because of that.
Okay, I can see that.
And you always held it because to me, you felt that. Like, I get that. But somehow or another, you got around all these negative people, especially Margaret.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got around Margaret, you became more and more and more catty like Margaret.
Oh, yeah.
No, not Margaret. Is that Margaret? No, yeah, Margaret.
Yeah, the blonde hair.
Mm-hmm. Margaret. Margaret is not good for the show.
No, Margaret, bye-bye.
No. She remind me of the Manzos.
Oh.
That's how Margaret remind me. And I think Margaret needs to go. She didn't even help bridge the gap with the family.
Mm-mm.
It seemed like, and then that other girl, the pinch nose one,
Rachel.
she just seemed like she wanted to be in the beef. When it first came out, I'm like, why sound like she won? They just seem like they just in a beef or some old stuff. So that she just want to be in a beef. She just came in being in the beef, just wanting to be. It was her and somebody else. Who was it?
I could.
Oh, it was that other girl, Brandy Baby.
I knew she was going. Danielle.
Oh, Danielle. Wasn't it her and Danielle in the big? No.
Danielle was definitely in a beef with curly haired Jen. And that's what started the whole thing between Teresa and Melissa.
Now, curly haired Jen, she ain't got nothing to lose. Nothing really. She her husband, she got money. Sometimes I wonder why she's on the show. But she make good TV.
She does make good TV.
She's funny.
Oh, yes.
And she's a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
She's loyal.
Mm-hmm.
And I like her. At least you know where she stands.
Yes.
For good or for bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about Jackie. And apparently, those are the kind of people that Teresa like around her.
I don't blame her.
Teresa like those people, at least they're honest.
Mm-hmm.
See, Teresa, they couldn't understand when Teresa's sitting there going, look, she confessed that she did it. She is right. She made a point. And what I'm thinking that's happening is Teresa been in prison. So Teresa don't have their mindset.
That's true.
She had to live among people that she didn't trust and learn to figure out people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this is all she's able to forgive because she understands it.
Okay.
You understand? This is, I think, her life. Like, I don't want to be mad. Like, I honestly, at the end, all she had said was whore. That's it. That was it. That is so funny because Melissa's losing her mind and all she's saying is whore. You're a whore. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was not like y'all did this. She ain't go into no detail, just whore. And why? Because that's just an old stone that she threw 10 years ago, and she's still throwing it. And it's still, and you still dancing. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
You still dancing too, and she ain't, she's a whore. Whore. You're a whore.
Yeah.
You're a whore. That's it. Was she saying anything else to her?
No.
And Melissa got the dancing, but when Melissa goes, right, I'm a whore, whatever, Teresa don't have no more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
That's it, because I don't really feel as though, I just feel as though they can make it. I feel as though those two, but I think the brother is the problem.
It's definitely Joe.
And maybe, and I get it, maybe because Melissa go and tell Joe everything. And Joe is so quick-tempered, so hot-headed. Mm-hmm. You know?
He might even get mad or jealous the fact that his wife is hanging out with his enemy.
His sister. Mm-hmm. I don't think she would do anything to hurt him. I don't know. Because Joe really do love his sister.
He does.
I just think after that time, it's like after the time with the wedding, when she didn't invite him, for whatever reason, that hurt Joe more than it hurt Melissa.
That's true.
Because even then she told Melissa, you could be in the wedding, Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes,
you could be in the wedding, Melissa. So it wasn't that. Mm-hmm. It's like her and Melissa can find a break. It's Joe. Melissa got to figure out, she doesn't want to do it. I just feel as though Joe got issues. And maybe he had resentment. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very questionable.
Anything else we have said about it? I done gone over trying to analyze the end of this. Put a cap on it.
Yeah, just to briefly talk about, I don't think there's going to be any resolve between curly hair Jen and Danielle.
No.
And even though I did enjoy Danielle at the beginning,
I'm sorry, but I can't imagine why Danielle want to fight. Yeah, she's so good. Like, ooh. That's bougie, baby.
Yes,
right?
Bougie.
No, I've said this, she don't fit.
Mm-hmm.
She don't fit. She want to be, let me tell you about New Jersey. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be like that. You like too animated. She's too animated. Mm-hmm. And you should have listened to your husband. Because she said your husband got a bra.
No. Jennifer Aiden said, "Oh, you mean your man with the boobs and you wear the bra?" And Danielle was just like, "That's it. I'm jumping."
But she said mean things.
She did.
Even last week.
She did.
You know, you don't.
It was funny. That was a good comeback. That's why Danielle jumped. She was mad.
That's so stupid, though.
It was.
You pick on this woman. You pick on her.
You did.
You come after her, and then when she turn around and bite you or growl at you, you can't handle it. Girl, stop.
Yes, you can go.
Bye.
Yes. Yeah, other than
I
that,
think that Teresa and her crew should stay.
yes, most
And
definitely.
Melissa and her crew shall go.
Yes, that's like half the group and half the stay.
I think Melissa group go, and I think who's up on Teresa stay.
Right.
And let's see how the show go. And you can have a show with the Teresa, but they can't talk about this.
Yes, please.
Can't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
The Teresa, the three of them can talk anytime they want on camera. It has to be mutual.
Right.
But if they're not willing, no one else is allowed to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless something bad came up or something like it would be a talk of a show, like somebody died, a fire, something tragic happened, of course.
Right.
All right.
The last two things that I just want to talk about is how we found it was immature, or that Louis basically was wishing harm on Margaret's family.
I didn't like that. I didn't like it at all. However, they did the same thing.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
did the same thing to him. They wished bad karma on him and everything. So whatever, nobody has power to put bad karma on nobody.
Mm-mm.
First of all, it's just silly talk. It's silly. The only way that you can have that kind of power, you have to be squeaky clean.
Yes.
And you have to be able to have peace with your brother or your sister.
Mm-hmm.
That you're flawless in this. That you have no spot or wrinkle, that you're flawless.
Yeah.
And they did something to you that devastated you.
Mm-hmm.
Not something they said, but something they physically did.
Okay.
Then the gods or the ancestors will allow it. But you got to make sure, because if you don't, it just boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. He can say whatever he wants. His words have no power. So stop giving them power. She said, you hear people say, why don't you drop dead? Remember there was a movie, Drop Dead Fred. We're getting so sensitive.
That's true.
Somebody say drop dead and they go outside and they drop dead. So you had that kind of power. So if you had that kind of power, why are you in the situation you in?
That's true.
How you can use that power for negative, but you can't use it for good? Because you don't have it. That was just the circumstances of a coincidence to get your attention about something about you.
Yes.
Like you could be next. That's
like
a warning. That happens to you. That's a warning.
Yes, be very frightened.
Be afraid. Because that's a warning to tell you to clean up your act.
Mm-hmm.
And that use death. And that was the final words you said.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That is not no power for you. That's a warning for you.
Mm-hmm.
That you got, that literally happened in your backyard.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that makes sense. So those words carry no power. And from what I gather, Louis or the other, none of them are squeaky clean in this.
That's true.
They all talk too much.
Mm-hmm. They do.
And what Louis said was wrong, but they have said just as bad things about Louis and
sure.
other things. So I find that as a balance. And so, but they need those silly words to fuel a fire.
Yes.
That's just as somebody said, I damn you to hell. You don't have no hell to damn me to. And you have no life to take or give. The only life you have is your own. So those words you speak are idle. And the same words you speak over me, I rebuke them back on you and yours.
I like that.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing you spoke over me, I send it back to you and yours. Just like she sent them dead flowers.
Yes, she did.
That's Margaret being mean, because Margaret know and Dolores know. And if Dolores just top and say, I know this woman is lying.
Yes.
I caught her lying twice, but she threw it at the woman.
Yes, and now everybody thinks Jackie's the one talking to the ex.
But it's not Jackie, because Dolores admitted that she was talking to the ex, to Dolores, by maybe an accident or whatever.
Yeah.
But you ain't see her get up and rise in Dolores' face like that. Only Jackie, because she sent Jackie out to dry to clean up her mess.
She did.
Because the mastermind behind all of it is Margaret. Margaret is Kaiser Sosa's sister in this. Why? Because she's the one who put that idea into Jackie's head.
Yes.
She's probably set it up because she was so against Louis or against Teresa marrying him and going off of what Melissa says. I don't even know that she got so invested in Teresa's life that she wanted to break them up.
Yeah.
This is what this all is about.
Sick, evil, disgusting.
It's just disgusting. And so you took Jackie and sent her out to dry when you like Jackie said, I got things that says that Margaret said the same thing. And so, but I'm not going to do it like it's petty.
Yeah.
But for to own it on TV.
Yes.
Not storm off, but own it. I dig that about her.
Yes.
And no matter what anybody said, that takes moxie. That's guts. And that's a woman for you. I like that. Because she could have said, I ain't filming no more. I feel attacked. She could have. But she owned it.
She did.
What did Margaret do? Stand up and try to nail her coffin. And she said, you're lying. She didn't want to admit the truth. But I know when what you call it sit there, and if they ever get the chance to talk to the Lord knows that Margaret is a liar.
Oh yes.
Not once, twice. She know. And that's what Jackie is saying. So she said, I only had that visit that one time. And what's her name? Margaret set it up. Or somehow Margaret was in the middle of all of that. Well,
yeah.
Anyway.
And then lastly, Dolores is going to her ex-husband Frank's wedding in November.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
But I wouldn't see why she wouldn't go.
No, we just didn't think there was actually, at least I didn't think.
We didn't think it was going to be a wedding. But at least he is, and he sees that it's over, and it's good, and I wish him the best.
She's still with Polly. So.
And she's with Polly, and she's like she says, and I agree. Why are you rushing to get married? You know? If you're happy where you are, enjoy that moment.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever pressure a man to marry me. And if I wanted to get married that bad, then I need to question that. Because why I want to marry somebody that don't want to marry me? If I want to be married, why would he wouldn't be right for me?
That's true.
So I need to let that go. So I think what she's saying is, which she had to figure this out on her own.
Yes, she did.
And she looked goofy, but she figured it out. At the end of the day, I'd rather be happy and have him than to be unhappy and not have him. So I'm okay with my relationship the way it is. This is the way it is for now, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
In other words, I'm content. He don't want to marry me, and I'm okay with that. You know, it's bigger than that, and I get where she's at. So for rain or shine, I'm happy where I am. And if she would have figured that in the beginning, I could have, looked at her. But I don't know. I just see that. But she did let off the fires of hell on Margaret, though.
Oh yeah, she definitely did. She said, "You're not gonna lie on me."
But I'm like that too. Don't lie on me.
I am definitely like that, so I get that.
So anyway, so did we go over everything?
Yes,
We'll get
we did.
into it next week more when we see this final thing and how
Yes.
they're gonna do it. I don't know. But anyway, that was our commentary on it. I know we rant, but it was really good.
Yes, it was
So
that
tell us
juicy
what you
season
think.
finale. Right. We
It was
really
good.
didn't need a
It was
reunion.
good. Don't need a reunion. So, you have anything you wanna say?
Please comment if you have not. Please comment if you want to. Wow. Okay, please subscribe if you have not subscribed. That would be wonderful, please. And if you have enjoyed this video thus far and you've made it at least halfway through the video, please give us a thumbs up. It would be really appreciated, as well as to hit the little bell icon if you want to be notified. Yes, whenever we post or go live, as well as please share us if there's anybody that you know may like New Josie or is into news and pop culture and what's going on in the world around
Or
us.
want a reading?
Yes.
You know, we're here for you. So, what else is there to say? You know we love you.
Sunflowers.